All right, so we're diving into something pretty interesting today, eh? We're talking about
That's
Alberta,
right. Yeah.
and not just like the Calgary Stampede and oil fields.
No.
We're going deep into the tech scene that's bubbling up there,
Mm.
and specifically a company called Allied Venture Partners.
Yeah, they're at the heart of it.
So by the end of this deep dive, you are going to be able to wow people at parties with your knowledge of Alberta tech.
It's kind of like a sneak attack, right? Everyone's watching Silicon Valley, but something really fascinating is happening in Alberta.
Okay, so paint me a picture. Why should we even care about Alberta in the first place?
Okay, remember, like 2020, 2021,
Yeah.
oil prices tanked, right?
Sure.
And Alberta, they were basically built on oil and gas. So they had to get strategic, like diversify or die.
Right.
So they went all in on attracting tech entrepreneurs.
Mm.
Low taxes, beautiful province. Hello, Rocky Mountains.
Right. Who wouldn't want to live there?
Exactly. And they've got this pipeline of tech talent that's, hungry for something new.
So are they actually pulling it off? Like, is Alberta becoming a real tech hub?
They are. Get this. Alberta is now ranked third globally for artificial intelligence development.
Whoa.
Really?
Serious?
Third. That's wild. I had no idea.
It's pretty amazing.
Okay, so where does Allied Venture Partners fit into all of this?
Okay, so Allied, they saw this coming.
Mm-hmm.
They're basically connecting the dots, right? You've got all these experienced angel investors. A lot of them, yeah, they made their money in oil and gas.
Right, right.
But they're looking for the next big thing, the next place to invest. And Allied is saying, hey, look no further than your own backyard.
Exactly. And it's not just about finding a cool new app, right? It's about redirecting capital, creating a more sustainable future for the entire province.
Right, because oil isn't going to last forever.
Exactly. And here's where it gets really interesting, especially if you've ever been curious about angel investing yourself, but maybe thought it was just for like Silicon Valley millionaires.
Yeah, I've definitely felt that way.
Allied has minimum investments as low as $1,000.
Wait, $1,000? Are we talking about serious investments here, or is this
No, this is legit angel investing.
Yeah.
They're making it accessible to pretty much anyone.
That changes things.
And they've got this really cool program. It's called the Scout program.
Scout program. Okay, now you got to tell me more. What's that all about?
So imagine this. You've got a knack for spotting promising startups.
Mm-hmm.
Like you see something and you just know that's going to be big.
Okay, yeah, I get it.
So you become an Allied Scout,
Yeah.
right? You refer these companies. And if Allied invests,
Yeah.
you get what's called carry.
Hold on, Carrie. You're going to have to explain that one like I'm 5.
Okay. Okay. Imagine this. You see a really cool toy at the store
Okay.
and you tell your friend about it. Oh my gosh, this toy's amazing. You got to get it.
Right.
And your friend buys the toy, loves it, and decides to give you some of their allowance because you found it for them.
Okay, so it's like a finder's fee.
Yeah, exactly. A finder's fee, but with potentially much bigger rewards, especially if that company you scouted takes off.
That is really interesting. So not only are they opening the doors for everyday people to invest. Mm-hmm.
But they're actually incentivizing people to, be part of the next wave of innovation. So, okay, they've got all these people scouting for cool companies. They've got investors ready to go. But how do they actually decide who to back? How do they separate the future unicorns from,
They got this, it's called their 6-factor investment thesis.
Okay.
And it's not just like some buzzwords they threw together,
Right.
They really are laser focused on software companies, and they want to see early traction.
Yeah, makes sense.
Like proof that someone's actually going to pay for this thing, that it's solving a real problem.
they're not just throwing money at, a cool idea.
Exactly. Exactly. And, especially with these investors, they're used to seeing returns, tangible things, right? So Allied gets that.
But here's the thing. They're also, obsessed with capital efficiency.
What does that even mean?
Basically, they're looking for startups that can do a lot with a little companies.
Well,
They can make every dollar count, which, let's be honest, every investor wants that, right?
for sure.
But the thing that really makes them stand out, this is where it gets kind of, next level.
Okay, hit me.
They really prioritize pro rata rights.
Pro rata rights. You're going to have to break that down for me.
Yeah, it sounds kind of jargony, but it's actually pretty straightforward.
Okay.
So say they invest in this, AI-powered agriculture startup.
Right.
The company just, explodes, right? Suddenly, everyone's talking about them. Their valuation is through the roof.
Right, they're killing it.
Exactly. So then they need to raise more money, another round of funding, but now the price per share is way higher.
Because they're doing so well.
Exactly. Pro rata rights mean that Allied has the option to invest in that round too at that higher price, so they keep their percentage of ownership.
Oh, so they don't get squeezed out just because the company is doing well.
Exactly. It lets them like double down on their winners.
So it's about playing the long game, really believing in these companies.
Right. And it shows their other investors that they're serious, that they're not just going to, take their money and run at the first sign of success.
That builds a lot of trust, I bet.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And, speaking of trust, one of the things I noticed when I was researching Allied is how much they emphasize their founder story, Matt Wilson.
Oh, yeah. Wasn't he? Wait, was he an early investor in Pinterest?
Yes. And Lyft.
No way.
Yeah, this guy knows his stuff.
Okay, so he's not just some random investor who saw an opportunity in Alberta.
No, he cut his teeth in Silicon Valley. Like, he knows that world inside and out.
He's seen it all.
Exactly. And then he sees what's happening in Alberta, and he's like, okay, I can take this experience, this knowledge, and build something different, something special.
Wow, so it's almost like he's coming full circle.
Yeah, but bringing all these lessons with him. And one of the biggest things he seems to have learned is the importance of transparency.
Interesting, because the investment world isn't exactly known for transparency.
Right. But with Allied, everything is just like laid out on the table. Their fees, their process, it's all very clear.
So no hidden agendas.
None that I could find.
That's refreshing.
Right. And they actually use AngelList, which is a really well-respected platform in the investment world.
I've heard of it, yeah.
It's all about giving their investors that extra layer of, security and credibility.
Especially since some of them might be new to this.
Exactly. It's like they're saying, we're going to guide you through this. We're not going to throw you into the deep end without a life jacket.
It feels like they're demystifying the whole angel investing thing.
Right. They want to empower people to become investors, not just, hand over their money and hope for the best.
That's huge. Yeah, it's like they've figured out a new model for venture capital.
And they're doing it in a place that, let's be honest, nobody really expected.
Totally. So, okay, big picture time. What if this is just the beginning?
Right.
Like, what if Alberta's tech scene is a sign of things to come?
I think it might be.
In other industries, too, not just tech.
Exactly. Think about, renewable energy.
Oh, for sure.
Or sustainable agriculture, even space exploration.
All those things that need, a huge influx of cash to really take off.
Exactly. They have so much potential, but they haven't seen the same level of investment.
It's like Allied has created this, blueprint, but it's not just about making money, it's about making a difference.
Totally. And that's what's so exciting about this. It's like, even if you're not going to go out and become an angel investor tomorrow,
Right.
just paying attention to these emerging hubs, these new models, it's like you're getting a glimpse into the future.
And maybe even a chance to be a part of it.
Exactly.
Okay, so someone's listening to this, right? Their mind is blown, they're hearing about Alberta in a whole new way. What's the one thing you want them to take away from this whole conversation?
That the world is bigger than we think, There are opportunities everywhere. You don't have to follow the same path as everyone else.
You don't have to move to Silicon Valley to make a difference.
Exactly. Find your own thing, your own niche, and who knows, you might even inspire someone else along the way.
Love it. All right, I'm inspired. I'm going to go update my LinkedIn profile to aspiring angel investor now.
Oh, there you go.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive, everyone. We'll see you next time.